Good evening and welcome to Lookout Field, the brand new facility here for Pocatello High School, Gate City Game Night. Brandon Bainey, Sean Kane. We're going to shut up and let you take in this beautiful, groundbreaking ceremony that's happening tonight.
Awesome. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our inaugural football.
So there it is. The ribbon has been cut like a Chamber of Commerce, a new business opening. This is the brand new Lookout Field. Pocatello High School finally has their own fully dedicated facility to strictly Thunder athletics. We're going to have the national anthem in just a moment, so I'll tell you quickly that this is an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Gate City Game Night. Tonight's game on IdahoSports.com is presented by Lookout Credit Union. And we're here at Lookout Field. Tonight's game is also presented by Valley Office Systems and Portneuf Medical, along with our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Well, it's the Twin Falls Bruins, the Pocatello Thunder, a non-conference 4A matchup for you tonight on Gate City Game Night. And as we get ready for the national anthem, we'll step aside and pay some bills, and we'll come on back with football. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com.
Local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're a Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Welcome back to Game City Gate Night on IdahoSports.com. The 2-0 Twin Falls Bruins up against the 1-1 Pocatello Thunder. Hi, everybody inside the broadcast booth. Brandon Bainey joined by Sean Kane. Here we go. The Bruins off to a 2-0 start. They will receive the ball, so we'll get to see this Bruins offense first. They're an offense that's scored a lot of points, but it's also given up a lot. They've won their first two games over Valley View 41-32 and Idaho Falls 34-22. So we could be in store for an offensive display this evening.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Pocatello comes in kind of the same boat. They took on Morgan Trojans out of Utah at the Rumble. They lost 35-7, but last week went up to Ridgeview in Boise and won 61-12. So both teams are averaging up in the high 30s.
James Norlander, Dalton Carter back deep to return for the Bruins in the white jerseys. Pocatello in the reds. Debut game for Lookout Field, Pocatello High Zone facility, and they'll start with a squib kick. Will be taken at the 40-yard line by Grant Patterson, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bruins. This is a Twin Falls team that likes to run the ball. James Norlander comes in, 27 carries, 199 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And also their fullback, Wyatt Salazabal, 10 carries for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns in the season-opening win over Valley View. And then he missed last week with a shoulder injury. We'll have to keep an eye on whether he's out there tonight.
Yeah, a double-headed monster from Twin Falls. It'll be a real test for this Pocatello defensive line.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bruins. Austin Crum is the quarterback out of the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers bunched to the bottom of your screen. Man in motion now is Dalton Carter. They'll give inside. This is Norlander taking it ahead for a gain of 3. And how about the digital down marker across the way they're shot?
Whoa. We can't make any mistakes now, right? I like that. That's I think that's got to be good for fans, coaches, everyone. I like that. I don't know if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, a little easier to see, that's for sure. A 5-yard gain for Norlander on 1st down. It's 2nd and 5 for the Bruins now from their own 46-yard line. They've got to get to the Pokey 49 for the first. Carter in motion again. They'll fake it to Norlander, sling it to Carter in the flat, and that will be strung out for a loss. Charging ahead for Pocatello was Carson Christensen on the tackle.
Yeah, Carson Christensen is a great player, and he got to that edge just very quickly.
We had a chance to talk to Carter's dad briefly before the game tonight.
Yeah, he said, give a shout out to Matt, and then he had to, kind of remind himself that Matt is no longer here. Matt Christensen, who was a great player last year, made some absolute amazing catches.
Graduated and now is serving on a religious mission in Mexico City. 3rd and 6. Pass is caught but shy of the sticks. Carter Orr made the reception. It'll be for a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th and 2.
Devin Rodriguez on the tackle there just wrapped him up, didn't give him any space to get that 1 extra yard.
So I did Pocatello's first game of the year at the Rocky Mountain Rumble, and boy, Devin Rodriguez was all over the place. I was so impressed by how he played, and a big tackle there on 3rd down, but now the Bruins going to line up and go for it on 4th and 2. Again, the same formation they've had. Carter will go in motion again on 4th down and 2. They'll give to Norlander. He'll get the 1st down and more. Needed 2, gets 7, and it's 1st and 10 for the Bruins.
And you can just tell Norlander is that downfield runner. And kind of like what Twin Falls is doing. They're, got a lot of guys in motion and giving Pocatello a lot to look at on the offensive side.
Yeah, eventually I assume Carter will go in motion and they'll give it to him on that jet sweep eventually, but
keeping them honest.
Definitely. So 1st and 10 for the Bruins. And that will be a pass complete over the middle. Now, did a penalty flag come out at the end of the play as well here? Or am I just looking at the official shoe?
Nope, there's a flag.
Okay, and it's against Pocatello. Unsportsmanlike conduct, some sort of personal foul penalty, so we'll tack it on to the end of the pass. It was a 5-yard pass to Carter Orr, his 2nd grab of the night. And now Twin Falls is really cooking. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bruins. Ball at the Pocatello 24-yard line. They fake to Norlander, sling to Carter. Carter will take it for a gain of 6, 2nd and short.
Tackle by Julian Caldwell.
Julian Caldwell on the tackle that time for the Thunder, but Twin Falls now inside the red zone at the Pocatello 18-yard line.
And that's one thing the Thunder always has a stable of is tough linebackers over the years.
Have to replace a couple of, Hunter Killian, the heart and soul of that Pocatello defense for 3 years. He's now at Idaho State, playing for the Bengals. 2nd and 4, Norlander up the middle inside the 15 and down to the 12. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bruins, move the chains. Gain of 5 for Norlander. So 1st and 10 for Twin Falls now. Ball is at the Pocatello 13-yard line. They'll fake to Norlander. Crum will sling it. Caught by Carter. Carter dancing and will be into the end zone for a Bruins touchdown.
Austin Crum to Dalton Carter for the touchdown. Twin Falls.
So a 13-yard touchdown pass from Austin Crum to Dalton Carter. And Twin Falls strikes on their opening drive.
And I almost put up 7, but then I remembered last week there wasn't too many actual extra points kicked, so I didn't, attack on that point just yet.
Yeah, we were in Burley last week, and I don't think there were any.
There wasn't. I had to stop myself.
Valley View and Burley went for 2 every single time. Burley won that game in a shootout, 62-48. Now, encroachment against Pocatello on the point after try. Some coaches, when this happens and they go to the 1, they'll line up and go for 2, but it looks like they're going to keep the kicker out there. 8:06 to play in our opening quarter of action. Twin Falls strikes first.
Right from that 18 line on the soccer lines.
And the point after is through by Matthew Bjornberg. So Bjornberg's kick is through. 7-0 Twin Falls. We'll be back right after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. You gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
Twin Falls strikes first on a 13-yard touchdown pass from Austin Crum to Dalton Carter. Bjornberg's kick was through. It's 7-0 Bruins with 8:06 to play in the opening quarter of action. And now we'll get to see Pocatello's offense come out. Reich and Echo Hawk had a really tough time running the ball at the Rocky Mountain Rumble, but last week in that runaway over Ridgeview, 11 carries, 162 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Just another day at the office for the explosive junior. Here's the kick, will be taken by Reich and Echo Hawk. The man himself gets a seam. Echo Hawk to the 40, and still going to the 50, and finally shoved out of bounds there. Right on cue like we planned it. Reich and Echo Hawk takes off on the big kickoff return.
And he's got that extra gear, man, and you give him any space, he's going to go.
He ran so well, our camera froze.
It was just too fast.
Wow. Can't say that happens often, but here we are, unfrozen now. And 1st and 10 for the Thunder. Ball at the Twin Falls 49-yard line. Twin Falls had to make a mad comeback against Idaho Falls last week. They scored 3 times in the 4th quarter to earn the come-from-behind win. They scored twice on special teams. 1st and 10, Drake Contreras slings it. That is caught by Crew Hales. Hales will take it inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. A gain of 16 and a first down.
Drake Contreras to Crew Hales. First down, Thunder.
First and 10 again. Contreras sacked. Back at the 39-yard line. Coming through on the sack was Zach Swenson for the Bruins.
Zach Swenson just got in there extremely quick. Nice play to get the sack.
So it's now 2nd down and 16. Thunder will break the huddle here, and on 2nd and 16, we'll see what they can uncover here. Contreras will hand off to Echo Hawk, looking for the edge, has got it. Riken Echo Hawk is able to pick up about 7, and it'll be 3rd down and manageable now for the Thunder with the ball at the Twin Falls 32. So we're right back to where we started at 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, and if Echo Hawk can get to the edge and Twin Falls isn't able to close that down, it could be a long night at the office.
Third and 10 for the Thunder. Ball at the Twin Falls 33. Contreras will dump it in the flat to Echo Hawk. Echo Hawk gets the edge. Echo Hawk inside the 20 and knocked out at the 19-yard line. That is a gain of 15 and a 1st down.
First down, Thunder.
So now it's Pocatello on the move. We said this could be an offensive explosion type night tonight, Sean.
Yeah, both teams are moving the ball pretty easily, getting downfield. So we've seen a high-scoring game.
1st and 10. This is Tyson Beckles carrying for the first time tonight, and Beckles brought down immediately by James Norlander. At Twin Falls, it's not enough to be the bell cow running back. They expect you to play linebacker as well.
I mean, he looks like a linebacker out there. Norlander, number 7. Yeah, he's gonna be. We're probably saying his name a lot tonight on both sides.
Well, and Tyson Beckles, who carried the ball there for Pokey, you know, he's a big dude too. Look at him in the backfield.
There, yeah, he is.
That's power on power, and they both wear the number 7 as well. A little 7-on-7 crime. 2nd and 11. Contreras rollout, caught on the run. That is Parker Smith with his first grab of the night. Ducks out around the 15.
And you can see why Beckles is out there, because he put on a nice block coming out of the backfield. So big guy, big block.
That's right. Well, Drake Contreras 3 for 3 passing tonight so far to 3 different receivers. And it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Thunder here with the ball at the Twin Falls 14-yard line.
And that's what the Thunder like to do. They like to spread the ball out.
And Twin Falls jumps here.
Encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty.
So that's going to be 1st down on that penalty.
First down, Thunder.
So each side committed a big penalty on the opening drive for the opposition.
Get either team into the scoring position now, so Pokey will have a good shot at the end zone here.
1st and goal for your Thunder.
So 1st and goal now for Pocatello. Ball is at the, looks like right at the 10-yard line. Contreras out of a pistol will fake the handoff to Echo Hawk on the rollout, looking for somewhere, throws it to the back of the end zone. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Pocatello Thunder. A tiptoe grab in the corner of the end zone by Alex Wynn. What a grab.
Yeah, I was going to say, watch the bottom corner of your screen. I could kind of see they were going to go there, but what a catch by Wynn. And in high school, he only got 1 foot in. He definitely got 2.
I mean, he had no room in the back of the end zone there, and what a job by Contreras to put it on the money as well. What a throw. That was a sensational grab by Wynn. Pocatello will try and tie it on the point after kick by Garrett Keller, and it's through. So we are all tied up at 7 with 4:45 to play here in our opening quarter of action. We will be back right after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. And Brandon Maney alongside Sean Kane. And, well, each side has scored a touchdown on their opening drive, just as advertised.
Yeah, you know, both teams come in kind of strong offenses, and both teams showing that right now. You know, it might be one of those games, which team can get a stop, you know, who can come up with a defensive stop to kind of get another possession.
Another squib kick here from the Thunder, and boy, did he call for the fair catch? I thought he did, and then all of a sudden, Grant Patterson took off running, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bruins with the ball at their own 35-yard line.
And not a bad move, you know, nothing, hopefully nothing goes wrong there, right? Fair catch and no fumble, nothing crazy, so that's not a bad idea. You just can't run after you wave the hand.
Tonight's game on IdahoSports.com. Also, it's presented by Lookout Credit Union, but also brought to you by Valley Office Systems and Portneuf Medical. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from their own 35-yard line. Crum to work again. Will give off to Norlander. No sign yet of Wyatt Salasabal, and might still be out with that shoulder injury. It's been all Norlander, and not that that's a bad thing, right?
No.
Norlander takes it ahead for 4.
And, you know, Lookout Credit Union's got a great logo. I love the trees and the lookout posts they have on there on the field, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can see it right there on your screen as well. Big thanks to Lookout Credit Union and all they do for athletics.
The Gate City.
The Gate City,
yeah.
That's right. Another keeper, this time by Crum. And Crum will lose a yard. 3rd down and 7.
So Pokey's had a couple opportunities, you know, at 3rd downs to get stops. So we'll see what Twin Falls can draw up here. Because Twin Falls is kind of in the area of the field. I don't know if you go for it on 4th down here or not. It's just in that kind of little area where you don't want to give Pokey the ball in this almost scoring position.
3rd down and 7 for the Bruins. Crum back to pass. Hit as he throws a wobbler. It falls between 5 Pocatello defenders. Ultimately falls incomplete, and it'll be 4th down. That was that had danger written all over it, though, as Crum was hit as he threw it.
Yeah, and almost if he didn't get hit, it might have been intercepted. The hit on the quarterback kind of gyrated it enough that no one could get to it.
So tonight's game on IdahoSports.com brought to you in part by Valley Office Systems. Valley Office Systems and Rico are your local hometown office solutions team, delivering the level of service that you expect because they are a service company above all else. Valley Office Systems and Rico want to wish all the Gate City teams best of luck. There is the punt. It will take a Pocatello bounce and will be downed right at the 25-yard line. This isn't the only game in town tonight, Sean. Across, way across town at the other end, Century, their first home game of the year. That game also on IdahoSports.com tonight as part of Gate City Game Night.
And that one is a Gate City game night. It's Century versus Highland, so get double the Gate City there.
The old rivalry game, and then, of course, the next crosstown matchup will be in a couple weeks, the annual Black and Blue Bowl between Highland and Pocatello, and then the one that really counts comes at the end of the year, Pocatello and Century, their conference rivals. We'll bring it all to you, along with every home game for a Pocatello school this year. Gate City Game Night presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com. 1st and 10 for the Thunder from their own 36-yard line. Contreras will hand off to Echo Hawk. Echo Hawk, a jump cut. Echo Hawks still carrying defenders all the way out to the Twin Falls 44-yard line.
And we knew Echo Hawk was fast, but you know what you can tell is he's put on some weight, and he's a bigger guy than he was last year, and you can tell he's just a speed guy, but now he's got some down the hill weight there on him.
Yeah, he definitely bulked up going into his sophomore year, and now he's worked on the receiving part of his game a lot as well. That was a 21-yard gain for Reich and Echo Hawk. It's 1st and 10 for the Thunder now. Ball at the Twin Falls 44-yard line with 2.5 to play in our opening quarter of action. Tied up at 7s. Contreras fakes, throws the slant, but it was tipped coming out. I believe getting his hand up on that pass was Gavin Quigley, the junior for the Bruins.
The pass was tipped by Zach Swenson, number 6. Second down, Thunder, intended for number 4, Alex Wynn.
Either way, incomplete. That is the first incomplete pass by Contreras tonight. And if not for a great tip defensively, he probably completes that slant to win.
Yeah, he had him open, but a heads-up play by the Twin Falls lineman to knock that down.
2nd and 10 for the Thunder. Contreras will float it. Wynn caught at the 40. And we'll take it up to the 38-yard line. Gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. Closer to 6. We'll call it 3rd and 4. And that's the thing about this Pocatello team. Last year, they had Matt Christensen and Julian Bowie and
Ryan Payne
and all these great receivers. And you couldn't single out one guy. You had to really guard everybody the same, and those guys all are not on the team this year, either graduation or choosing to play other sports. Kind of the same thing this year, though. You have to guard all of these receivers. They're all capable of beating you. Echo Hawk up the middle, brought down at the 31. That'll be enough for the first down. A gain of 9 for Reich and Echo Hawk, and it'll be 1st and 10 Pocatello, ball at the Twin Falls 31.
Yeah, we haven't called his name, but Crew Hales, he's a pretty solid receiver out there too, and you got both sides. Both wings are pretty deadly.
Hales has had a grab tonight. Echo Hawk a catch. Parker Smith, and then Alex Wynn leads the way with 2 catches for 16 yards and the touchdown. And we haven't even said guys like Carson Christensen, Chance Crittenden, Parker Applington. They're all going to be guys that Pocatello counts on. Beckles in the backfield here on 1st and 10. Beckles will get the carry. And Beckles will pound ahead for a gain of a couple. Down to 55 seconds to play first quarter.
The thing I've been impressed with is the Pocatello offensive line. They've done a good job blocking up front and creating some space for the runners and giving time to throw the ball.
Yeah, that Pocatello front line, last year they got to the semifinals against Skyline, and they were just a little undersized compared to the big behemoths of Skyline that got them into trouble. But we'll see how this year's unit does. Pocatello trying to get back to not just the Final Four, but they want to get to the championship. 2nd and 6. Contreras taking a home run shot. It's got a man. That's Crew Hales. Caught for the touchdown. He threw his hand up after 2 yards, and Contreras saw him and hit him for 6. That is a 27-yard touchdown connection.
And he just broke free. He knew he was open. What'd you say, 2 yards into it? Yeah, I saw the hand go up, kind of like a low post guy, like, give me the ball, I'm ready for this layup. And the layup was the touchdown pass.
And Contreras recognized it almost immediately. Here's Garrett Keller on now for the point after. Snap down, kick is wide right. So Keller had to kind of kick it at a funny angle. Twin Falls got a good rush on that attempt, and it remains 13-7. Pocatello, just 13 seconds remain in our opening quarter of action. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's mobile wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com, presented by Lookout Credit Union. Brandon Bainey alongside Sean Kane, and we've got Joel Richardson tonight on camera. So 13-7, Pocatello takes the lead now on the 27-yard touchdown pass from Dre Contreras to Crew Hales. He's also thrown a 10-yard touchdown pass to Alex Wynn. So Twin Falls on their opening drive went down and scored. Then Pokey scored. Twin Falls went for it. Didn't get it. Had to punt. And then Pocatello got it back and scored. And there's Beckles. Oh, that's a bad man. Laying the hammer down on James Norlander. That's more 7-on-7 crime.
Yeah, you've got to block Beckles. He kind of went untouched and just laid down some smack.
You feel like this is an important drive for Twin Falls. I mean, there's only 9 seconds to play in the first quarter, and they're only down 13-7, but already their defense has given up 2 touchdowns on 2 possessions. And, you know, I think Twin Falls has shown they're off to a 2-0 start, but they've gotten into a lot of shootouts.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to always be in a shootout, but you kind of get those gut check times where if the other team's scoring, you've got to come back and kind of put some points on the board to put some pressure on and give your defense a little bit of a rest, too.
Yeah, they trailed Idaho Falls last week after 3 quarters, 22-13. They needed a mad rally in the fourth quarter. Early in the game, they got an 88-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Norlander. And then they had a blocked punt that was recovered by J.P. Griffith in the end zone for a touchdown in the fourth quarter. So special teams accounted for 2 of Twin Falls' 5 scores last week. That's Norlander on the carry for a gain of 4, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. So after 1, Pocatello on their brand new Lookout field, up 13-7 over Twin Falls. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night on Idaho Sports. Welcome back, Gate City Game Night, IdahoSports.com. Out of the timeout for the end of the quarter, Amos Kuhn ran it ahead for 3 yards, and now this is Kuhn on 3rd and 1, and he will push the pile for a gain of 2 and a first down.
Tackled by 13, Cash Stuckey. Number 6, Carson Christensen, and number 12, Maddox Moore.
We are into the second quarter now, so we'll 11:04 to play before halftime. It's 13-7. Pocatello with the lead. Twin Falls with the ball, though. 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Hand off to Amos Kuhn again, and Kuhn will carry the Pocatello defender, Devin Rodriguez, for a couple extra yards. That's a gain of 7. Well, we'll call it 8 to make it 2nd and 2. So Kuhn has come in off the bench here for the Bruins and
making some headway.
Yeah, you know, he's kind of the opposite of Norlander. You know, a little slimmer, a little smaller, but, man, he's running between the tackles just like Norlander does. And on 2nd and 2, he picks up 4. It's another first down for the Bruins.
So just like that, the Bruins are moving the ball again and looking to get back in the scoring position.
1st and 10 from the 49, Twin Falls.
I think they've determined that we need to keep that Pocatello offense off the field, so let's go ahead and
take some time off, run the ball.
And run the ball a little bit. 1st and 10. High snap, pulled down, handoff to Norlander, and that ball came out. That ball is recovered by the Thunder. Andrew Millward comes away with it. And I believe on the strip was Carson Christensen.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was Carson Christensen knocked that away, and Millward came up with it.
What a play as they strip Norlander and he fumbles, and Pocatello gets it back with 10:03 to play before halftime.
That's a first down.
Now Twin Falls is going to have to kind of respond and find a way to come up with some defense and maybe try to get the ball back before halftime.
This is a big drive now for the Thunder, remembering that they kicked off to start the game. So Twin Falls, if your defense was ever going to get a stop, this was the time now to do it.
Yes.
And meanwhile, Pocatello appropriately wearing red like a shark. They can smell the blood in the water. 1st and 10. Contreras feeling the heat will take off and run and will be brought down for a loss of a couple. Nice job just to take something and out of nothing and avoid a further loss. On the tackle for the Bruins that time was Zach Swenson and J.P. Griffith. Loss of a yard.
Zach Swenson has just been all over the field for Twin Falls. He's really getting involved on the defensive end.
You know, I was talking to an assistant coach before the game tonight, and I said, is he related to Nick Swenson? He played quarterback for Twin Falls a couple of years ago, about 2 years ago. And he said, yeah, they're all related. Okay.
Thank you.
2nd and 11 for the Thunder. Contreras marking out the signals. We'll hand off to Reich and Echo Hawk. Look at the patience on that run. Echo Hawk waited for the play to develop and ends up picking up 6 yards on the carry.
Kind of did a little shuffle, slow steps, and waited for something to develop and kind of made something out of nothing there.
So that is a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 5 now for the Thunder. Ball is at the Twin Falls 47-yard line. We're down to 8:50 to play before halftime and a 13-7 Pocatello lead. Three receivers to the bottom of your screen. Twin Falls jumps. Boy, 2/3 of the defensive line came across. That should be enough for a first down here for Pocatello.
Yeah, and just to the right side of us are the Pocatello student body, and what an exciting experience for them. You know, they've never had a home field. So this is their first home field, first time being outside, really, you know. What a great experience for them.
Well, and I'll tell you, they're making a lot of noise, and not that they didn't make noise when Pocatello played in Holt Arena, but you're not going to hear it in there. Whereas now, at an outdoor facility where the bleachers are this close to the field, it's a home field advantage. You just didn't ever get that in Holt Arena.
No, you hear it all. You hear the excitement. You don't get that dead space. So, yeah, I think it's a definite advantage.
3rd and inches following the penalty wasn't enough for the first down. Echo Hawk says, all right, I'll make sure I not only get the first down, he may get the touchdown. Reich and Echo Hawk into the end zone. That is a 42-yard touchdown run for Reich and Echo Hawk.
He danced all over the field and made guys miss from left and right. What a play by Echo Hawk.
And again, he was pretty much handcuffed at the Rocky Mountain Rumble. He'd get the ball, and a yard later, there'd be 3 guys waiting. But these last 2 games, hashtag free Echo Hawk, he's definitely busted free. 42-yard touchdown with 8:06 to go here before halftime. Garrett Keller on for the point after try again here. You want to hear something spooky, Sean? Pocatello scored their first touchdown at 8:06 of the first quarter. They've scored again at 8:06 of the second quarter.
Uh-oh.
How synergistic.
That's just how they drew it up down there.
That's right. Well, no full moon. It is smoky, though. We're playing this game tonight with a little bit of smoke in the air. It's affected my voice. I've been outside all day. As you've been outside quite a bit today, too, right, Sean?
Yeah, and, you know, I noticed in the Boise area they had to cancel some games and move them to Saturday. And I know the athletic directors were monitoring it all day, but it really never got too high here. I think it just looks more smoky than, I guess, is actually the particles in the air. Look at that, I'm sounding smart.
Yeah, you sound like a meteorologist. It's 20-7 Pocatello with 8:06 to go here before halftime, and kind of a smoky-ish night. Where's the smoke coming from? Well, it's coming from a pretty bad fire on the Fort Hall Indian Reservation, so we certainly, our thoughts and prayers are with the good folks out there in Fort Hall, and hopefully everything's all right. I mean, there's a lot of fires going on all over the state. That Moose Creek fire up by Salmon was the largest in the nation. So here's a squib kick taken. Boy, Pocatello trying to rip that ball out. Twin Falls just trying to get down, and they will at the 45-yard line. That's the 3rd return of the night for Grant Patterson, and he plays on the front line. I'm not sure he was expecting that, but Pocatello obviously watched the film. Saw Norlander take that kickoff 88 yards for a touchdown last week against Idaho Falls, and they've said, we want no part of that.
Yeah, they haven't kicked really anything. One kind of on the ground kick went farther back than I think they anticipated, but for the most part, they've been just around the 40, 30-yard line on those kickoffs, keeping it away from those skilled guys.
So Twin Falls on the deck a little bit here, down 20-7 with 7:59 to play before halftime. We'll try and get back into it here. 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Carter, the man in motion. He'll get it on the jet sweep. Will take it for a yard, maybe 2. First contact made that time by Pocatello's.
Pickup of about 2 yards.
Looked like maybe 24 on the tackle, Garrett Keller. Came up from the secondary to make that stop. Good recognition, gain of 2 for Carter.
And the Pocatello defense is kind of sniffing out those sweeps and kind of misdirections now as the game's kind of went on. They're kind of getting a better feel for it and not allowing any big yardage off those.
2nd and 8, Carter in motion again. Ball's at the Twin Falls 45-yard line. Crum is ready. Will fake the handoff. Now will sling it too high for Carter, incomplete.
And if he would have caught that, I think it might have been just a bad deal.
Right, well, because Carson Christensen was right there ready to lay the wood, so.
And I think that's kind of why he didn't catch that either. I think he might have caught him out, Christensen out of the corner of his eye and said, nope, because it would have been a loss.
Yeah, 2 words to describe this Pocatello defense, fast and fearless.
Yeah, they're getting in there, and I like the speed, and when you're undersized, and I don't saying they're undersized, but that speed makes a huge difference.
3rd and 8. Sets and fires, does Crum. Pass complete to Carter, well short of the first down, though. Maddox Moore on the tackle for the Thunder, and the Pocatello defense holds. Gain of only 3 on that pass.
And it looks like Twin Falls is going to punt. Again, it's just in that area, you don't want to give Pocatello that much field right now, the way the offense is rolling.
Might as well boot it deep and make Pocatello earn it.
Yes, the old-fashioned way.
We're down to 6:30 to play in what's actually been a pretty fast-moving first half here. 20-7, Pocatello lead. Rollout kick by Dalton Carter. Line drive will be taken on a hop by Hunter May. May started the first game of the year at quarterback after Drake Contreras was out with a leg injury, and Hunter May is able to take it out to the 26-yard line.
And 61 Benson Hatch, nice shoestring tackle there for Twin Falls, because Hunter May had a little bit of room there.
So yeah, imagine Hunter May, a kid who wears number 23, which means he plays other positions besides quarterback. And first game of the year, Drake Contreras was suited up, tried to go, had a leg injury from earlier in the summer, wasn't able to, and so all of a sudden this sophomore Hunter May gets thrown in, and he did as well as he could at the Rocky Mountain Rumble. They had to play with a really strong headwind, and it just made the passing game almost impossible, which is really where Pocatello thrives. Obviously, they love to set it up with the run, as we just see Beckles carry it for a gain of 6. But then from there, they like to set up the home run ball off of the run.
Yeah, they love to go deep down the sidelines, and like you said, what sets that up is getting the run and getting the defense, kind of out of sorts. But if the wind, and I've been in Madison when it's windy, and if that wind's going, good luck.
Yeah, it was pretty much impossible to combat, so. 2nd and 4 for the Thunder from their own 32-yard line. And off to Beckles again, and Beckles trying to army crawl his way out to the 35-yard line. Won't quite get there. It'll be a gain of 2.
This is a big play for Twin Falls right here. 3rd down. Get a stop here, maybe get the ball back. You've got plenty of time, and it's kind of a big play here.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 for the Thunder. Ball is at their own 39-yard line. They've got to get to their own 34-yard line. They've got to get to the 36 for the first down. We'll see if Twin Falls can come up with a stop here. We're down to 4:45 to play before halftime. Hard count from Contreras, give to Beckles, and he's brought down in the backfield. Oh, that's one of the big defensive tackles for Twin Falls coming through to make the stop. Nicely done by Christian Janice. So Janice comes through with the stop, and it's 4th down.
And he's about about the only one as big to take down the Pokey running back.
Well, it looked like a wrestling move, like in wrestling,
Yeah,
where he
kinda-
got him from behind and then he kind of pulled him to the ground. But
Because Tyson Beckles is not small.
hey, whatever it takes. Loss of a yard and fourth down, or actually loss of 2.
With that being said, though, that's a pretty big stop for Twin Falls, I think, at this point in the game. And Pokey's going to punt, but Twin Falls just took a timeout. So
Twin Falls takes the timeout.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're
This
drawing
is
for the punt, pass, and kick.
Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com, brought to you in part by Valley Office Systems in Rico, your local hometown office solutions team, delivering the level of service that you expect because they are a service company above all else. Valley Office Systems in Rico want to wish all the Gate City teams best of luck. And here at Lookout Field, Lookout Credit Union ponied up some serious dough to get this facility put in, and then they spent a little more money to help bring these broadcasts to fans who may not be able to attend in person. So big thanks to Lookout Credit Union.
absolutely.
So it is 4th and 4. Pocatello will punt. That's a good one off. Nicely done by Dayton Rice. And now it will be recovered by the Thunder at the 20-yard line. Oh, disaster for Twin Falls on special teams 1 week after their special teams were so excellent. Oh, what happened, Sean? Take us through it.
Hey, I was out here last night for a boys' soccer game, and you know what was happening in that game is the ball was just flying off the turf. And that's kind of what happened here. That ball hit the ground. He didn't get his hands down on it, and it nutmegged him and went right through the Twin Falls players' legs, and just not what Twin Falls needed right now.
1st and 10 for the Thunder. Low snap. Contreras going for the deep ball, looking for Crew. Hales throws incomplete. 2nd down. So second life for Pocatello following the muffed punt off the speed ball off the turf. And
yeah, that's, last night that the ball was just skidding all over the place for the boys' soccer players. And, if you don't play on turf that much, it's a different experience.
definitely 2nd and 10 now for the Thunder. So, Sean, you came to check out the boys' soccer match here at Lookout Field last night. Sweet play for Echo Hawk. And Echo Hawk gets a yard, maybe 2. He's forced out of bounds by Grayson Keys. And that was part of the idea when they put this in. You'll notice that obviously it's a turf field for football, but it's also set up for soccer. And it's got a full rubberized track that goes all the way around. So the idea is that Pocatello can now host track meets. They can host soccer matches. Soccer in the past in the city of Pocatello was what park's open or which middle school can we go to?
I have to tell you, it was great to come here and watch a soccer game under the lights and not at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it's just blaring hot. Just the atmosphere was great. You could turn on the lights. You had a beautiful sunset. Behind us is a huge American flag that's at the baseball field. That kind of just works out nicely for here.
Contreras on the run, throws. That ball intercepted at the 12-yard line. Coming away with the pick for Twin Falls is Zach Beam. Wow.
So just like that.
Well, crisis averted for Twin Falls. Zach Beam comes away with the pick. And now the Bruins get it back with 2:47 to go before halftime, down 20-7. This is a must-score possession for the Bruins because they kick off to start the third quarter.
Yeah, it would just be a great way to go into halftime if they could put some points on the board because, like you said, Pocatello's going to get the ball back.
So that time, Contreras threw to the sideline. The pass was well read by Beam. He comes away with the pick, and now it's Twin Falls, 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line. Crum, the lefty, steps up, goes deep. Double coverage, and the ball just falls incomplete. I'll tell you what, though, Patterson came close to hauling that in.
Yeah, the ball is on target. Crum had him, just couldn't quite come down with it. And that was a well-thrown ball.
Yeah, the lefty uncorked a nice deep ball, but Grant Patterson couldn't quite hold it in. So 2nd and 10 for Twin Falls now, 2:40 to play before halftime.
And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but Twin Falls, I think, has to be careful here too. They don't want to go out on downs too quickly and give Pocatello just another chance because they like to score fast.
Crum rolling out over the middle, throws behind the intended receiver, Brandon Jones. It's now 3rd and 10.
Pass intended for Brandon Jones, incomplete. It's 3rd down.
So now 3rd down for the Bruins. And now they're in danger of giving Pocatello the ball right back.
Yeah, and, Twin Falls, you can tell they want to run the ball kind of as their main avenue and kind of force to throw it here, and just a little out of sorts, a little off timing.
Pocatello student section making a lot of noise here on 3rd and 10. It's going to be a screen pass. They'll float it in the flat and blown up. Is that a live ball or is that an incomplete? They'll say incomplete pass. Oh, baby. Dalton Carter gets lit up on that play. It's 4th down.
And he's been kind of hit up 2 or 3 times now, so they kind of put him out there in situations where if he catches it, maybe makes a play, but Pokey's defense has just been on top of those plays.
Wow. I mean, this defense is playing like their hair's on fire. They are flying all over the place.
Like they're running out of time or something.
Yeah. Well, 4th down. Twin Falls goes 3 and out very quickly. 2:28 to play before halftime. They'll have to punt. It'll be Dalton Carter to do the honors from his own end zone. And it's a line drive kick that was almost blocked. That will take a roll to the Pocatello 44-yard line. I mean, that was inches away from being blocked. Wow.
That could have been blocked. It could have hit a Pokey player. It could have hit. I mean, it was an interesting punt, to say the least.
Yeah, could have hit a Twin Falls player. Could have.
Yeah.
We saw that at the Rumble. Speaking of punts, Pocatello was punting from their own end zone, and Hunter May was in as the personal protector, and the punt went right into his butt, basically, and it popped up in the air, and Hunter May actually caught it. So Hunter May's first completed pass, well, it wasn't a completed pass, but he caught a pass before he completed one, if that makes sense. 1st and 10 now for the Thunder, and a timeout taken here by Twin Falls. We'll go ahead and take the timeout with them. 2:17 to play here before halftime, 20-7. Pocatello with the lead, and the ball will be right back here on Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
Welcome back to Lookout Field, the debut of Lookout Field for football. It debuted earlier for soccer, but the debut for football under the Friday Night Lights, Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com, presented by Lookout Credit Union. Pocatello leads Twin Falls 20-7 in this non-conference battle. The Bruins come in 2-0, Pocatello 1-1. We got 2:17 to play before halftime. It's 1st and 10 for the Thunder from their own 44-yard line. Brandon Bainey alongside Sean Kane in the booth. Joel Richardson on camera tonight as well. 1st down, Contreras will sling it and making a man miss. Nicely done by Chance Crittenden. His first reception of the night goes for 11 and a Thunder 1st down.
And I will tell you this, Brandon. I was talking to the athletic director, Robert Parker of Pocatello High School, and he said actually the first competition was a powder puff game on Monday.
Oh, okay. Well, straight from the horse's mouth. We get it.
I don't believe it'll be in the newspaper, but that was the first official competition, he told me.
Powder puff game, all right. Riken Echo Hawk carries ahead for a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. In the flat, pass complete to Echo Hawk again. Echo Hawk will slip out of bounds around the 33-yard line, and that's enough for a Pocatello first down.
And I tell you, that play right there, I think, is going to make Pocatello really dangerous, being able to get Echo Hawk out on the flat and just let him turn and burn, you know?
1st and 10, Pocatello Thunder.
1:35 to go here before halftime. We were talking about the powder puff game. We were talking to Skyline's girls basketball coach, Ty Keck, in the offseason, and his star player, Maddie Olson, she blew out her knee in the powder puff game last year. Her soccer and basketball seasons were done, so everybody's got a different opinion about the powder puff game. No opinion on that play, though. That is a guaranteed bona fide catch, and a good one by Hunter May. So Hunter May goes from quarterback to receiver from week 1 to week 3. And now, hold on, they haven't moved the sticks yet, and the officials are talking. Was there a penalty flag thrown in the backfield? Looks like there was. Holding on the Thunder. So wipe out that incredible diving catch, and instead it'll be 1st and really long.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Hunter May, and shucks when you get those penalties.
Ah, shucks.
Yep.
That's exactly what they say. So 1st down and 1st and longer. Hold on. I was going to say 1st and 20, but we are like, and a 15-yard penalty on that. So it was a personal foul against Pocatello. 1st and 25 now for the Thunder. Ball is back at their own 47. So Contreras on 1st and 25, just looking for something. Throws low, incomplete. But Patterson was right there with the coverage. Nearly came away with the pick.
2nd down.
So Grant Patterson on the coverage for Twin Falls that time, and now it's 2nd and 25 with 1:22 to go before the half.
Well, I mean, if anything, at least Twin Falls has been able to kind of hold here in the last part of the 2nd quarter. They haven't been able to get any points, but they haven't allowed any more for Pocatello, so kind of good on their defense right now, kind of holding steady.
Yeah, each side's committed some untimely penalties tonight. 2nd and 25, Contreras over the middle, too high. Parker Smith nearly came down with the one-handed grab, but it'll now be 3rd and 25 for the Thunder.
Just a little behind him, but he almost came up with it.
He's good. He made an impressive play at the Rumble. Made a nice grab over the middle like that. So,
as a quarterback, you love those receivers, right? I mean, they can make one-handers. They make you look good.
No Randy Mosses on this team. And you're a Bears fan.
Yep.
Chicago Bears. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, so I think we can both agree Randy Moss is the worst.
Yeah, he can catch a lot of balls. I don't know. Always could come up with something.
I know. He burned our team so much over the years. 3rd and 28. Contreras feeling the heat. Now we'll take off, fire deep on the run. Is that ball picked? Did he stay in bounds? That's Carter Orr coming away with it. They will say incomplete, 4th down.
Ooh, that was close.
Guess he didn't stay in. Boy, Carter Orr nearly came away with the pick, though, with 1:09 to play in the half.
And, once Pocatello kind of has to roll out in that pocket collapse, the Twin Falls secondary has been pretty solid.
They've been really good. I've been pretty impressed. 4th down. Keller to punt. Will be fielded at the 12 and brought down immediately. Nice coverage from Pocatello's Jonah Bruner. Bringing the return man, Carter Orr, down pretty much on contact.
Yeah, he went out, but Pocatello made a great play on that tackle and That's just been Pocatello tonight. If there's a tackle to be made, they've made it. They have not let anyone kind of get away or get by. Their tackling has been on point.
So Twin Falls with the ball right around where they had it last time. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from their own 17-yard line. And 1 minute on the dime to go before halftime. And again, that Pocatello student section all decked out in red, making noise. Crum rolling out on the run, has a man off his chest at the 25-yard line, incomplete. Trying to go to Brandon Jones, he drops it. That's now 4 incomplete passes in a row for Crum, and 6 of his last 7 have been incomplete after he started 5 for 5.
Yeah, they've just been a little off on the timing, and Brandon Jones just kind of had to adjust just enough and couldn't quite get it.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Bruins. Everybody becoming one-dimensional here in the late stages of the first half. Crum again will sling short this time. It's caught for a gain of about 5. Making the grab along that far sideline for Twin Falls is Dalton Carter. That is his 5th grab of the night already. It's now 3rd and 6.
Yeah, if Dalton Carter isn't catching the ball, he's in motion, so he's a focal point of this Twin Falls offense.
He's getting his steps in tonight.
Yes, his Apple Watch is collecting all that data.
48 seconds to go before halftime. Carter did get out of bounds to stop the clock. Low snap. Crum's got to retreat and fall on it back inside the 5. Now extra shelving after the play as well. No flags. Good no call. And Twin Falls will punt.
And this second half of the second quarter, the offenses have really just not been able to get going like they did at the start of the game. So credit to both defenses for stepping up and making some adjustments.
That is a loss of 13 for Crum.
Timeout, Pocatello Thunder.
And Pocatello will take a timeout to preserve the clock here with 37 seconds to go before halftime, leading 20-7.
Yeah, they want to save some time. Depending on this punt, they might be able to take a couple shots to that end zone, which kind of feel like Pocatello might do.
Right. What an atmosphere tonight here for the first football game at Lookout Field, though, huh? The student section is rocking and rolling. I mean,
I'm extremely jealous.
I look out and I see a third of the stands is just students making all sorts of noise. There are Pocatello cheerleaders. There's like a dance team as well. They had the ribbon cutting before the game tonight. And the mayor, Brian Bladd, the mayor of Pocatello, was in the house, so you know it's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, and Brandon, I went to Pocatello High School, so I never got an experience, an atmosphere like this. So it's just amazing.
And that's why you're a little bit jealous.
Yeah.
Certainly. What an exciting time for the Thunder. Here's Dalton Carter with a left-footed kick. Will take a bounce at the 35 and another Bruins bounce, and will be down at the 44-yard line there, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Pocatello with 30 seconds. Plenty of time. 30 seconds to go before halftime. And they still have one timeout remaining, I believe.
An eternity.
Seriously, for this offense, yeah. So we'll see if Pocatello, keeping in mind that the Thunder are up 20-7, and they do get the ball to start the second half as well. So,
yeah, if Pocatello can score here, that would be just kind of a, it's not going to end the game, but it'd be definitely a dagger going into halftime after your defense has kind of put a hold on it.
Twin Falls was down 9 to Idaho Falls last Friday night in the fourth quarter. Scored 3 times in the fourth to pull out the win, but this is a Pocatello team that's a lot more difficult. Nice pass completed over the middle. Spinning out of it is Carson Christensen down to the 18-yard line. That is a gain of 16 and a first down. Actually, 26 and a first down. And And this one falls incomplete over on the far side. So 2nd and 10 with just 13 seconds to go now before halftime. That was Carter Christensen's first catch of the night, that 26-yard grab.
2nd down.
And when there's not very much time on the clock, sometimes the middle of the field is a little more open, and that was a great play.
Contreras, I mean, you see the difference. I mean, I did the first game of the year where Contreras wasn't able to play, and that's not anything on Hunter May. It's just he was thrown into a tough situation. And
Contreras got in last year a few games, and I thought he played really, really well.
he had to start the Black and Blue Bowl against Highland when Ryan Payne was out with an injury. And, yeah, you can see he's really matured and developed as he goes into his junior season. And timeout taken by Twin. All right, Twin Falls takes the timeout with 13 seconds to go before halftime. Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com, presented by Lookout Credit Union. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Valley Office Systems and Portneuf Medical. Portneuf partners up with the high schools here in Pocatello, Sean, and they like to deliver the game ball via their chopper, their emergency chopper. They were doing that tonight over at Century, I guess.
Yeah, so Idaho Sports had that game as well tonight. So I'm sure they got the shot of that. We've been able to do that, me and you, Brandon, and that's pretty fun to see that helicopter land out there.
It's
and
really cool
the
moment.
principal was telling me today, Cheryl Brockett of Century, that she was actually going to get a ride in it today.
Ooh!
So free helicopter ride.
Now, were they picking her up or were they dropping her off?
I
in
mean,
midfield?
who will know? You'll have to go watch the replay.
Yeah, we'll have to follow up and figure that out. If you want a replay of the game, you can rent it for $5, or you can download a copy to keep forever for $10. If it were me, I'd just download it for $10, and then you got it for the rest of your life. Over the middle, trying to go to Carson Christensen, incomplete. It's 3rd and 10 now with 11 seconds to go before halftime.
Yeah, and just the way everything's digital now, if you just get it forever, man, you've always got it. And when you're old, you can look it up and go, hey, look, this is what I looked like back then.
Yeah, no, seriously, you can download it and put it on a thumb drive, burn it to a DVD, and pop it in at parties. And yeah, I mean, it's a good way to keep the memory of the game. And so, again, you can rent it for $5 or download it and have a permanent copy for $10. So we want to make sure everybody knows about that as we get ready now for a 3rd and 10 with 11 seconds to go before halftime. Contreras on the run will step up over the middle, brought down around the 10. The clock continues to roll with 4 seconds left before halftime, and will Pocatello try a field goal here? They may.
Timeout on the field.
The Thunder take their last timeout with 4 seconds to go before halftime, as Contreras took it down to the 11 for a gain of 8.
Mistake me if I'm wrong, but Matt Christensen was the kicker last year, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and he was a great kicker for Pocatello. I'm not 100% who's kicking tonight for Pocatello, but last year that was kind of a weapon to have a good field goal kicker in close games.
So it's been Garrett Keller. He's been kicking and punting. He kicked the first 2 PATs tonight. The second one went wide right. Wasn't his fault. He had to adjust because of the rush that was coming in, but it looks like they are going to bring out the field goal unit, and it is going to be Garrett Keller on for the try. This is going to be a 28-yard field goal try with the ball right in the middle of the field. This is going to be a great opportunity for Keller here. Try and add to the Pocatello lead with 4 seconds to go before halftime. 28-yard field goal for Garrett Keller. Keller had the distance but misses to the left, or to the right, excuse me, to the right.
At the end of the first half,
So that will take us to the end of the half, where it is Pocatello 20, Twin Falls 7, here on Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. And it's also, I guess, homecoming tonight for Pocatello. Did I just hear that correctly?
I didn't quite hear, but
Okay, well, there's a lot going on here at halftime.
Yeah.
We'll hang out for a moment. 20-7. The Thunder with the lead over the Bruins. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll go ahead and take the break. You're watching Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems. When local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night on Pocatello. Ooh, let's try that again. Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. We are in Pocatello tonight at Lookout Field, the football debut for this brand new facility for Pocatello High School. Brandon Maney joined by Sean Kane up here in the broadcast booth, and at halftime, it is the Thunder in front of the Twin Falls Bruins in this 4A non-conference matchup, 20-7. What was a, Twin Falls and Pokey both score on their opening drives of the game, and we thought, oh boy, here we go, buckle up. The defense has kind of settled in after that.
Yeah, you got some quick scores, and then both defenses in the second quarter really kind of settled in and stopped. Unfortunately, Twin Falls defense didn't settle in until late into that second quarter, and Pocatello was able to put a couple more scores on the board before, and Pocatello tried a field goal right at the end of half, and it was no good. But credit the Twin Falls defense, they were able to kind of get some stops and not let that momentum swing too much before halftime. And of course, remembering Pocatello is going to get the ball back at halftime, and that Twin Falls defense is going to be right back on the field, hopefully to get a stop and get back in this game.
So part of the pomp and circumstance here at Lookout Field, the dance team performed, and then it was the cheerleaders, and now we've got the marching band. They've pulled out all the stops tonight, Sean, here at Lookout Field. Everyone wants to get their feet on that brand new turf, I think. You got every activity out there. And, like you said, it's a multi-purpose
surface, so it's really nice to do all those different activities, the dance team and the band, and, I mean, who knows? There could be more.
Definitely. So let's take a look at the first half scoring summary. Twin Falls got the ball to start, marched the ball down the field promptly. Good mix of run and pass, and the drive ended on a 13-yard touchdown pass from Austin Crum to Dalton Carter. The Matthew Bjornberg kick was good, and it was 7-0 Twin Falls, 8:06 to play in the first quarter of action. Pocatello tied it on their first drive on a beautiful catch in the back corner of the end zone, just beyond where our camera could look. Alex Wynn caught it, kept the tiptoes in. It was a 10-yard touchdown pass from Dre Contreras to Alex Wynn. The Garrett Keller kick was good, and we were tied at 7 after 4:45 to play in the first quarter. Pocatello also got a touchdown right before the end of the first quarter on a 27-yard touchdown pass from Contreras to Crew Hales. The PAT was pushed wide right, so it was 13-7 Pocatello after 1. On to the second quarter. Reicheneckohawk, a 42-yard touchdown run, puts the Thunder in front 20-7. They brought out Garrett Keller for a 28-yard field goal right before halftime. He pushed it wide right, and that's where we stand at halftime, 20-7 the score. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first half stats now. And again, these are all unofficial. I did my best, but we will start with the Twin Falls Bruins. 31 rushing yards, 34 passing yards, good balance, but only for 65 total yards. So if you're that Pocatello defense, you got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's my key to the game so far has been the Thunder defense. It's been bringing the Thunder quick and fast to the offense of Twin Falls, and yeah, I mean, the Pocatello offense can score, but the Pocatello defense has just been all over the field flying, and I think that's been the difference.
Yeah, they've definitely looked good, no doubt about it. So individually for Twin Falls, Austin Crum was 7 of 14 passing for 34 yards and a touchdown in the first half. The leading rusher was James Norlander, 5 carries for 26 yards. After that, it was Amos Kuhn, 4 carries for 17 yards. Then it was Dalton Carter, 1 carry for 2 yards. And then Austin Crum, the quarterback, 2 carries for minus 14 yards. Leading receiver, Dalton Carter, 5 catches, 25 yards and a touchdown. And then it is Carter Orr with 2 catches for 9 yards for the Bruins. And now for Pocatello, 96 yards on the ground, 128 yards through the air. So pretty good balance there. 224 total yards of offense, and yet a couple of drives have been, deflected by penalties or the missed field goal at halftime, so they've had a couple of empty possessions as well.
Yeah, credit to the Twin Falls defense to come up with some stops against this high-powered Thunder offense, and, I've been very impressed with the Twin Falls defensive line. They've got some big dudes there, and they're putting pressure on, and I think that's been kind of the difference. Their defense is able to kind of put some pressure on the quarterback of Thunder.
Yeah, they've been a problem tonight, no doubt about it. Dre Contreras, 9 of 17 passing, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he also threw an interception to Zach Beam. Each side is forced a turnover. Zach Beam had the interception for Pocatello. Then Twin Falls fumbled the ball. Norlander fumbled it. It was forced by Carson Christensen, recovered by Andrew Millward. So each side is forced a turnover tonight. So Contreras, 9 of 17, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the pick. Leading rusher, Reicheneckohawk, 7 carries for 85 yards and a touchdown. After that, it's Tyson Beckles, 5 carries for 9 yards, and Dre Contreras, 3 carries for 2 yards. And then the receivers tonight, 9 passes have gone to 6 different players. They've really spread the wealth. Leading receiver is Crew Hales, 2 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. Reicheneckohawk has 2 catches for 26 yards. Carson Christensen, 1 catch for 26 yards. Alex Wynn, 2 catches for 16 yards and a touchdown. Chance Crittenden has 1 catch for 11 yards. And it is Parker Smith, 1 catch for 6 yards. So Pocatello gets the ball to start this second half. Sean, what do you, if you're Twin Falls, you obviously have to get a stop, but how do you go about doing it?
I think Twin Falls has got to get that pressure on the front line in and try to force Contreras out of the pocket and maybe get another interception. There was another very close interception by Twin Falls in that second quarter, too. He was just out of bounds. But when they get him out of that pocket and get the pressure, he's been, I wouldn't say forcing it, but kind of throwing it into some dangerous situations. And I think your Twin Falls, you get that pressure on and maybe look to get another turnover and look to score after that. So, yeah, the Twin Falls defense is going to be asked of a lot coming up in the next few minutes.
Yeah, that's going to be a key stretch for Twin Falls. Friendly reminder, the Friday Night Flash is up and running. We've got Keller Sherman, former intern, now paid employee. He's running the Flash like a madman tonight, updating games from all corners of the state. Sean, what's the 4A scoreboard look like tonight?
Well, 4A, we had Emmett versus Lake City, and that's gone final. That started at 4 o'clock today, and Emmett won 55-27.
Wow, that was a neutral site game. They played that in Baker City, Oregon, on IdahoSports.com. And now the second game of the doubleheader, it's Homedale taking on Baker High. So that's a nice doubleheader we were able to bring to you on IdahoSports.com.
At Thunder Stadium, Bonneville is down to Rigby at halftime, 42-0. Yeah, we got to talk to the Bonneville coach on the Prepcast, and what a great program that's going on there.
Yeah, Kevin Kemp, great job.
Burley and Shelley at halftime are tied at 24, so that's kind of a big 4A matchup in the back of my mind.
And that's another game on IdahoSports.com tonight as well. We got a lot of good games brewing.
In the third quarter, just down the road at Century, Highland is beating Century 14-0 in the third.
Wow, that's a good job by that Century defense.
Yeah, I saw at halftime it was just 7-0, so it looks like Highland has just scored. Idaho Falls, that has dropped down to the 4A, is down 7-21 versus Madison. And Preston, which is in Pocatello and Century's conference, at halftime is 24-0 over Jerome. And Minico Mountain Home, Minico 20-0 in the first. And that's what we've got reported right now for the 4A.
Yeah, those games up north, I know Sandpoint, Moscow. So Sandpoint's game got canceled, actually.
Okay.
I didn't have time to put that in before the game tonight. So Sandpoint's game got canceled. Moscow's game just kicking off. And, yeah, we'll keep an eye on those other ones as well. Skyline Thunder Ridge, the Berger Bowl.
The Berger Bowl. And then I believe I saw maybe the Valley View Skyview game might have been moved to Saturday.
Yes, that could have been postponed as well. Definitely could have. So, yeah, the smoke has wreaked havoc on our voices, Sean. It's wreaked havoc on the football schedule as well, but it hasn't wreaked havoc on this game tonight. 20-7. Pocatello in front of Twin Falls here at the halftime break. We'll take another break and come on back for more Gate City Game Night coverage right after this. It's presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com.
When joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Portneuf Medical Center, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it, how to dream big, and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if, at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
All right, we're back on Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. This is a new feature, a halftime contest. It's a punt, pass, and kick competition. This should be fun.
So it's going to be down here.
All right, the first punt. So you've got a punt and then a pass, and then you kick from wherever the third. So he punted it up to the 19-yard line. Boy, he looks like he's ready for a day at the beach. Not necessarily a night in Pocatello. But
I'm not quite sure if he has shoes on. So that was a pretty good punt.
Yeah, that was barefoot. Wow. So now he's going to pass it. You can go and zoom in on that, Joel. All right, here's our guy. He's going to uncork a throw, and that's going to get up to the 41 with a little extra boot by Robert Parker. Oh, boy, we've got
Pocatello's athletic director.
Okay, that took quite a roll down to the 20-yard line. And what's on the line here? Cold, hard cash. So now he's got a kick. He gets $100 if he can make this kick from...
And a jersey, maybe.
Where's he going to put it? He's going to put it at the
10?
10-yard line. This would be a 27-yard field goal for our barefooted kicker.
You know, your mom always says to wear your shoes, and she was right.
We got a real Huckleberry Finn situation here.
He's lining it up here, yeah?
Yeah, looks like it.
He might have checked the wind, I don't know.
Let's get it for new.
All right, here we go for $100. The IdahoSports.com punt, pass, and kick competition. Here we go. $100 on the line here.
That's a lot of McDonald's, Brandon.
Here comes Pocatello out on the field. This guy better hurry up. All right. We're waiting. Oh, not enough lift.
That's when you need the wah, wah, wah.
Unfortunate. The price is right. Bump, bump, bump.
Bum.
Hey, that was a lot of fun, though.
Hey.
And guess what? At every game, Gate City Game Night this year, we'll be running that halftime contest.
And I think once, you know, this is probably one of the first ones ever, right?
That's right.
So people are going to get excited about that.
It's kind of our way of giving back to the schools a little bit. It's a really cool deal where we supplied the prize. It doesn't cost the schools anything except time on the field. So we're glad to do it. It's a new partnership we're forming with the Pocatello schools this year, and
yeah, you know, and nice to.
Man, and I'll tell you, that was an older gentleman that was out there competing as well. That was pretty fun to watch. That was really something. Yeah.
I thought it was a kid, and
I thought so too.
And it was not a kid.
No, now that I look, I see that hair. It's, you know, magnificent looking silver, and yeah, wow, what a fun. He did pretty well.
Absolutely.
Man,
and you know, and what a nice way to kind of fill halftime now. Pocatello had homecoming, the band. I mean, they had a lot of stuff going on for this homecoming or for this game. But sometimes, you know, you got a little downtime. Why not get out there?
Yeah, for sure. So each side will warm up here for another 3 minutes. So we'll take a break. We'll come back and get you the third quarter kickoff right after this timeout. 20-7, Pocatello leads on homecoming night and the debut of Lookout Field over Twin Falls. We'll be back right after this. It's Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
When joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Portneuf Medical Center, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Gate City game night, IdahoSports.com. Second half kickoff through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here we go. First and 10 for the Pocatello offense, Sean, at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, and kind of a big stop for Twin Falls to come up with a big stop here. You just don't want to get that. You don't want Pocatello get rolling here to start this quarter early. So we'll see what they can do. And I think it starts with that Twin Falls front line. If they can get some pressure here, it's going to be very helpful.
They will
for the keeper.
Keep it with Contreras. He'll take it off the right side for a gain of 7 to make it second and 3.
Down, Thunder.
Just a little bit of a misdirection there and was able to get away. Kind of a delayed handoff. Kind of looked like it was going to go to Echo Hawk, and then he took it and ran with it.
Yeah, not a bad way to start for.
And then if you can see right there, look at how red the moon is.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Wow, you can see it right at the top of your screen. That gives you an idea of how smoky it is. I feel like the smoke has gotten worse since kickoff, Sean.
I would agree.
It definitely has. I mean, I don't have much of a voice left, so hopefully there's not any exciting plays because I'm not going to have the voice to carry it. That's a run by Reich and Echo Hawk for a gain of 4 and enough for a first down.
That's another Thunder.
You know, my wife always makes fun of me if I've been calling a bunch of games, like it's state tournament time or, you know, if I'm out in the smoke or talking a lot because I talk for a living. She says I turn into Dr. Fauci. My voice gets all hoarse and raspy.
for good or bad, right? I guess.
That's right. That's right. So to my wife, she might be watching tonight. Dr. Fauci's coming home to you tonight. Oh, first and 10. They'll sling it. That's Wynn with the catch out to the 39-yard line. So Alex Wynn, a little pitch and catch. His third grab of the night goes for 7 to make it second and 3.
And, you know, Twin Falls they have a lot of skilled players that keep accounted for on that Pocatello Thunder team. And, you know, Wynn, he's a crafty little receiver down there. And you've got to make sure you've got everyone covered.
there's not one guy you can single out, and Contreras does a good job of feeding everybody and keeping them all happy, no doubt. 2nd and 3 for the Thunder. They will hand off for Ike and Echo Hawk, pushing the pile, getting the first down. A gain of 4 for Echo Hawk.
Ike and Echo Hawk with the carry. Benson has to the tackle. That's another Thunder.
What do we got down here in the student section, Sean?
Well, we had Moses parting the Red Sea of the student body. The Pocatello Thunder kids are all wearing red shirts, and they had Moses with a stick. He parted the Red Sea right there. It's pretty funny.
You know, I didn't think we'd see a bigger celebrity here tonight than Brian Bladd, the mayor of Pocatello, but Moses, I mean, hey.
It's a new stadium, you know.
Moses takes the cake. 1st and 10 for the Thunder from their own 44-yard line. First football game here at the brand new Lookout Field. Contreras, option play, will pitch to Reich and Echo Hawk in trouble. And look at Echo Hawk, able to, I mean, he should have been tackled for like a 2-yard loss, but he's able to keep the momentum going, and he picks up 2. On the tackle for the Bruins that time is Zach Swenson. But it's very rare you bring down Echo Hawk in the backfield. He's kind of like Barry Sanders in that way, where he just keeps, or LaDainian Tomlinson might be more contemporary.
And, you know, he's been really pretty much starting since a freshman, too. And, you know, that experience shows when he's patient and just kind of knows how to run.
Yeah, he has pretty much been the starter at running back since day one. His freshman year, now he's a junior. Play action to Beckles. Contreras hit as he throws. Coming back, and they will say no catch. Good effort. Nice attempt by Parker Applington, but incomplete 3rd down. And Contreras got a wallop as he released that pass.
Yeah, like I said, Twin Falls bringing some pressure, which I think they needed to do, and that almost went bad. He got it out just in time and almost a catch.
So it's 3rd and 7 now 3rd and 8. We'll call it for the Thunder. Ball is at their own 46-yard line. They've got to get to the Twin Falls 44 for the first down. On a smoky night in Pocatello. Smoky pokey. Contreras, deep ball. Flag will come out for pass interference. That one pretty obvious. They were trying to hit the seam with Parker Smith, and Grant Patterson kind of fell and kind of semi-tackled Smith before the ball got there.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he tripped and he was going to go down. Because I mean, I think it's heads up. If he falls down and he catches that ball, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, you'll take the 15-yard penalty instead of the touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you're getting it all right.
1st and 10 now for the Thunder, and ball is at their own, the Twin Falls 36-yard line.
Yeah, the Pocatello fans probably aren't used to being right next to the PA announcer, you know, being able to be involved in those cheers and things. So everyone's learning.
Yes, all night our PA announcer, every time Pocatello gets a first down, which they won't on this play, Echo Hawk takes it for a yard. But he'll go, you know, that's a Pocatello! And then, you know, the student section is supposed to say, you know, first down.
Yeah.
The first time the student section responded was here at the 8:50 mark of the 3rd quarter, and our PA announcer goes, now you're finally getting it. But you're right, this is a new experience for everybody. We're kind of learning how to do this outdoor single stadium football thing, right?
Yeah.
I think it's been a great success. Good night of football here for Pocatello, certainly, but the facilities outstanding.
Yeah, I really like the field. I think it just looks great.
2nd and 9. Penalty flag comes out, though. See what the call is here. This will be encroachment on the Bruins.
Pocatello's been able to draw that a few times with a little bit of a hard count and making that 2nd down a lot easier.
Yeah, boy, Twin Falls, they haven't been flagged often tonight, but when they have, it's been in really bad spots.
And maybe that's just a heads-up play by Pocatello at this point to say, hey, it's 2nd down, and they're looking to kind of put the pressure on. Let's hard count them and maybe get a few free yards.
So 2nd down and 4 now for the Thunder. Gate City game night on IdahoSports.com. Contreras, play blown dead again. And another penalty flag. They're going to get a delay of game here against the Thunder, so they'll just give that yardage right back.
That's a super rare is the delay of game in high school football. So
yeah, you don't see that often. Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com, brought to you in part by Valley Office Systems. Valley Office Systems and Rico are your local hometown office solutions team, delivering the level of service that you expect because they're a service company above all else. Valley Office Systems and Rico want to wish all the Gate City teams best of luck. 2nd and 8 for the Thunder. Slant, caught. That's actually more of a curl route towards the outside. Alex Wynn with the grab. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Thunder.
Take about 3 yards.
So kind of back where they just were.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a minute's gone by, and we're right at this same area of the field. We're down to 8:18 to play here in the third. It's a 20-7 Pocatello advantage. And for both of these teams, this game's encouraging because last year and early on this year, both teams have been involved in high-scoring affairs, and it's nice to know that you can compete and possibly win in a low-scoring defensive type of contest. Reichen Echo Hawk on the carry this time. Lowers the shoulder, takes it for 7 and a Pocatello first down.
Yeah, because in the hindsight of things, it's a non-conference game, so it doesn't mean a ton as far as, getting in, but as for your just team building, it's just great. And, 2 4A opponents, could be a playoff game later in the year.
Yeah, I think both of these teams will make the playoffs this year, no doubt about it. 1st and 10 from the Pocatello 23. Contreras slings it. That is caught along the far side by Crew Hales. They will say a gain of 7. 2nd and 3.
Pocatello just really using all of the field right now, the middle, the left, the right. They're just spreading it all over.
Yeah, they've definitely spread the wealth, no doubt about it.
It's new turf. They got to use it all.
That's right. Yes, you're right. Spread the wealth, not just in terms of, the different receivers that have caught balls, but they're using every part of the field, which is, I think, what you were trying to go with.
Yeah.
And I went a different way.
But they do give it to a bunch of different people, which is just a nightmare for the defense.
Certainly. 2nd and 3, ball at the 20. Echo Hawk up the middle. Echo Hawk to the outside. Echo Hawk to the end zone. Touchdown, Pocatello.
Number 8, Reichen Echo Hawk on the carry. Thunder.
Second time tonight, Reichen Echo Hawk finds his way to the end zone. This one from 20 yards out.
And the Pocatello offensive line is just, I've thought, has gotten better as the games went on. They've made some nice little holes, and let me tell you, you don't need a big hole for Echo Hawk. If there's any daylight, he is going to break it out.
Garrett Keller on for the point after. 2 for 3 tonight in that department. Drills that one. So 27-7. Pocatello with 7:35 to play here in the third. We'll be back right after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
Welcome back to Lookout Field. The brand new facility for Pocatello High School. It's really located at Alameda Middle School, but for Pocatello, it's their own facility. They don't have to share facilities with anybody else. This is theirs and theirs alone. And the idea is for every school in Pocatello to eventually have this. Century and Highland kind of already had theirs, de facto locations. Century's got their own campus with their own field, and Highland, of course, is Iron Horse Stadium. But the idea is to get turf like this at all three schools. Pocatello was just first because they had been the longest neglected in terms of facilities.
Yeah, it's just nice seeing the Gate City area kind of upgrade the facilities that are pretty long overdue for some upgrades, and nice they're getting the community businesses involved and just really just getting everyone involved, and it makes a great atmosphere and a place for people to go watch sports on Friday night.
Yeah, and well, you mentioned you were here for a soccer match last night. Pocatello was playing Century, right?
Correct.
It was a crosstown first conference game of the year, and it was a pair. The girls did the same. It was a pair of 1-0 games. I think the Century girls won 1-0. Other way around, Century boys.
The Century boys won here at the stadium last night, but the Pocatello girls won 1-0 at Century. Yep.
And it was by identical 1-0 scores. So it's going to be a competitive soccer conference this year between Pocatello Century and Preston. A handoff up the middle here. I think we were in talks to maybe like districts soccer is happening, maybe trying to broadcast that from.
It'd be great right here to have those games on this field with the lights, and just it's a lot of fun to watch. And in that Century Pokey game, the one goal was off a PK. The Century player kicked it, went off the goalie, he rebounded and got it. It was pretty exciting.
Pretty wild. 2-yard gain for Kuhn on first down, and now a pass that was nearly hauled back and caught behind the head. Pass ultimately falls incomplete for Twin Falls. Intended receiver that time was Grayson Keys. Nearly hauled it in. So Amos Kuhn ran it for a yard. It's now 3rd and 9 following that incomplete pass.
If Grayson Keys doesn't get his arm up, I think Pocatello might have intercepted that. There's 2 guys right behind him.
Yeah, definitely could have. It's now 3rd and 9 for the Bruins. 6:50 to play in the third. Ball is at their own 30-yard line. Crum looking for something here, feeling the heat on the rush. Now will sling to the sideline. It's dropped. Again, they were looking for Keys. If he makes the grab, he's going to be maybe 2 yards shy of the first down, but he drops it, and now it's 4th and 9 in the punt.
Nice job by Crew Hales there to lay down some wood. But it was after. But, I mean, even if he catches it, I don't know if he holds on because Hales is right there, too.
Yeah, and there's been a couple of drop balls tonight from Twin Falls. And Crew Hales, of course, led the state in interceptions a year ago with 8. But he can hit hard, too. He's not just a defensive back that goes for the pick. He'll come up and pop you as well. Line drive punt from Dalton Carter. On a line, hauled in by Riken Echo Hawk on the return. Echo Hawk stutters and will be brought out around the 50.
Riken Echo on the return, chased out of bounds.
So 6:33 to play in the third. Pocatello up 27-7, and the Thunder back with the ball as well.
From the 50.
This is an important game for Twin Falls because next week they start conference play. They want to start on the right foot. They will host Jerome. Jerome's in for a rough year. Their numbers are down, playing a lot of sophomores. They were losing tonight as well to Preston. Another team that's been slow to get it going this year. So, and for Pocatello, with only 2 teams in the conference, it's non-conference action until October. So get ready for more of this. They're going to be, it's the annual Black and Blue Bowl next week. They'll take on Highlands, so that'll be a fun matchup. Slant is caught across the middle by Wynn. To Parker Applington. That is Applington's first catch of the night, goes for 2. And it's 2nd down and 10. I believe we're doing the Black and Blue Bowl next week, Sean.
And that's at Iron Horse, I believe.
Yes.
This year, so.
At Iron Horse Stadium, Highlands facility.
And they have a brand new press box too, so they upgraded their upgrade.
Cool. The last time we were there broadcasting, Sean, we were like in the back of an Army National Guard pickup truck, I think. So.
Yeah, I was in a Coke truck once.
Coke trailer, yeah. That's right. Those were the good old COVID days. Speaking of the good old days, Echo Hawk making sure the good times continue. Takes it out to the 36-yard line of the Bruins. That is a gain of 17 and a first down. They just keep on gashing Twin Falls on the ground.
Yeah, and Twin Falls has to be careful. They don't want to go too much and leave one of those crafty receivers of the Thunder open.
It's kind of a pick your poison type situation. Bruins trying to get a stop here with 5:15 to play in the third. 1st and 10 for the Thunder. Ball is at the Bruins 35. Echo Hawk bounces outside, cuts to the 20, and will be pushed out around the 21. And again, for Twin Falls, what do you do? There were two guys that penetrated and were right there for Echo Hawk. As soon as he got the handoff, he just ran around him to the outside. Not much you can do about that.
Yeah, like you said earlier, there's, I don't know, a handful of times so far Echo Hawk could have been tackled for a loss and just sidestep, just moved away from 2 or 3 guys and gets positive yards. I don't know what you do.
Gain of 14 on the carry for Echo Hawk. 1st and 10, ball at the 21 of Twin Falls. Beckles up the middle this time. We'll take it to the 18. They'll actually say the 19 for a gain of 2.
And that's a nice piece for Pocatello this year is to have Tyson Beckles there. So, just kind of a change of pace, get Echo Hawk some rest, because he's logged in a lot of touches over the course of his years here at Pocatello.
Definitely. It is 2nd and 8 now. Ball at the 19. Contreras, low snap, picks it up off the turf. On the run, will fling, and dangerous throw is intercepted. That ball picked up by Zach Beam again. His 2nd interception of the night.
Zach Beam with the interception.
Wow, Beam with 2 picks tonight, and that was just a dangerous throw by Contreras in double coverage.
And yeah, the Twin Falls defense is they've been pretty solid. They just need the offense to get some points here, but nice job there. And he's just had a beam on that ball.
I was wondering how you were going to try and tie that in, but that was pretty good.
Yeah, he's just straight beam on it.
So Beam with 2 picks tonight for Twin Falls, both pretty deep into Bruins territory as well. So now can the Bruins take advantage? They were the comeback kids last week against Idaho Falls. They're down 20 with 4:18 to play in the third. The comeback has to start now. They can't have any more empty possessions. They will start up the middle. I believe that's Dalton Carter on the carry. Let's double check that. It's Norlander actually. So Norlander takes it ahead for a gain of 5. And believe it or not, Sean, that is his first carry since very early in the second quarter. They kind of got away from him a little bit.
Yeah, they kind of were in positions where they had to throw the ball, time and how far away they were, and just really haven't been able to run. So hopefully they can get that going again, because if they can run, it should free up some receivers.
2nd and 5. Crum fakes the handoff, slings it in the flat. That's caught by Dalton Carter, but nowhere to go. Pocatello well read. And Carson Christensen coming up to make the tackle. No gain, 3rd and 5.
So kind of a big 3rd down coming up. I mean, Twin Falls really needs to look at getting some points on here in this quarter, and so we'll see what they can draw up.
3rd and 5 for the Thunder from their own 15-yard line. For the Bruins from their own 15-yard line. 3 minutes to play here in the third. And Pocatello leads 27-7. Crum has time over the middle. Ball juggled but then caught. Hauled in by Carter Orr, and Orr still going up to the 31. A gain of 16 and a first down.
Nice pass and nice running by Carter Orr, just able to get some extra yards, and Twin Falls needed that. That's probably one of their bigger plays of the evening.
Yeah, in terms of passing yardage, that is the longest completed pass tonight. Goes to Carter Orr for a gain of 16.
Twin Falls is hurrying up here to try to catch Pocatello off guard.
Crum taking a deep shot, overthrows everybody, incomplete. Nice coverage out there on the far sideline by Pocatello's Tyshawn Harrell as well. 2:28 to play in the third. 2nd and 10 for Twin Falls from their own 32. It's not a bad idea to try to get to the line and snap it quick and go for a home run ball, but
yeah, Pocatello wasn't quite lined up, and if they would have snapped it like 5-7 seconds earlier, they might have really caught him off guard.
2nd and 10 in the flat. Dalton Carter with the grab to the 32, right back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
And that's kind of like their go-to play right now is just that short ball out to the flat. And Pocatello's on it. They're not giving up any yards after the tackle or after the first contact.
Yeah, after it went for 13 yards, the last 4 times they've tried that screen, 3 yards, 4 yards,
It's
0 and 0.
Yeah, Coach used to tell me we call that a run play, but it's a pass.
Well, some coaches will mark that as a run when they're keeping the stats. I've known some coaches that'll do that. 3rd and 10. Crum steps up and sacked. Back at the 28-yard line, coming through for Pocatello on the sack. That's Dawson Myers, the junior.
Dawson Myers on the sack. It's 4th down.
Nice job by Crum to pull. He was about to throw it, and that might have led to a fumble. So that was a nice job pulling that in and kind of taking the hit. But
well, the 2 ends collapsed the pocket. As a quarterback, you're supposed to step up. Crum did, but the problem was that Dawson Myers was there waiting for him. So ends up being a loss of 2 for Crum. On 4th down, Twin Falls will have to punt here with 58 seconds to play in the 3rd. Line drive, pretty good one. Bounces out of bounds around the Pocatello 38-yard line. They'll mark it up to the 42, it looks like. So 53 seconds to play in the 3rd. Pocatello leading 27-7 and back at it.
yeah, and they've had 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions, but really hasn't been a problem since Pocatello's defense has just really been able to hold Twin Falls back starting since the 2nd quarter, really till now.
So 1st and 10 for the Thunder. Trying to go to 2-1 on the season. Twin Falls comes in 2-0, trying to keep that unbeaten start intact. Echo Hawk, nowhere to go this time. Twin Falls well defensed. First guy in there on the tackle for the Bruins was Zach Swenson. And then the guy who helped finish it off was Zane Ruiz.
And he thought there just for a moment that Echo Hawk was going to get out of that.
He's done it so many times tonight. He's like the rabbit in the magician's hat, right?
He's just waiting.
Echo Hawk up to 16 carries, the most he's had in a game this season. Only ran the ball 11 times last week. They didn't need him to run it any more than that. Now a sack. Back at the 35-yard line. Coming through on the sack for the Bruins is Benson Hatch. So Hatch has been a busy guy tonight. Contreras loses 5. It's 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't look at the score, the Twin Falls defense has just really been very solid.
And that will take us to the end of the 3rd. So we'll head to the 4th quarter with Pocatello in front of Twin Falls, 27-7. I'll be back with more Gate City Game Night right after this on IdahoSports.com.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Gate City Game Night from Pocatello on IdahoSports.com as we head to the 4th quarter of action. Pocatello leads Twin Falls 27-7. You're inside the broadcast booth. Brandon Bainey with Sean Kane and Joel Richardson running camera tonight. Joel's been doing a great job for us this evening. It's 3rd down and 15 for the Thunder. As we start the fourth quarter of play from their own 43-yard line. Contreras, middle screen, intercepted by the big man. Oh, that's intercepted by the Twin Falls defensive tackle, Christian Janice.
That was great.
Oh.
First and 10, Thunder.
I wanted him to run it in, you know.
Oh.
I love when that happens.
I would have loved to have seen that. Oh, it's so fun when a defensive lineman gets his hands on the ball.
And good hands by him, man. That was just right into him. He caught it up, and wow, Twin Falls has been able to, 3 interceptions now. Now the offense is in the best field position they've been in since the first quarter.
This is what they did last week against Idaho Falls. They were down 9 in that fourth quarter, and they scored 3 times. A pair of Norlander runs and then a blocked punt that was recovered by J.P. Griffith in the end zone for a touchdown. Now, if they scored 3 times tonight, down 20, that would put them close to what they would need, right, to complete the comeback. Can the Bruins do it again? Off the interception. Crum in trouble, sacked. Brought down back at the 39-yard line.
Kevin Johnson on the sack with assist from Matt.
And on the tackle for Pocatello that time, looked like it was Devin Johnson.
Second down.
Devin Johnson and
Maddox Moore, maybe?
Yeah, using that speed, they got in there quickly, and that's what they probably got written on some board somewhere, speed, because that's what this defense is showing tonight.
So Devin Johnson, he's wearing the number 19. He's lined up as the nose tackle right over the center. You don't see that often. He's definitely a speed rusher for sure. Loss of 16 for Crum. 2nd and 16. Crum has plenty of time. Pocatello backing off. Now Crum going to throw off his back foot. His receiver fell down. Penalty flags will come out. And I don't know who this is going to be against. I assume Pocatello, but I'll be honest, by the time I looked downfield, both players were already on the ground. So.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see it. It looked like one of the Twin Falls players did hit the deck, but I didn't see if it was a push or they just got caught up together.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Pass interference on the defense.
It is going to be pass interference against Pocatello, so that's a big penalty. Keeps Twin Falls alive here with 10:56 to play, down 27-7. And now the Pocatello student section chanting, take his whistle, but I don't know.
I saw him fall. I couldn't quite catch it, but they were on it. They were on it.
I think they're doing a great job. I think they're just fine. 2nd and 2 for Twin Falls now following that pass interference penalty on Pocatello. 10:56 to play. Bruins down 20. Trying to come back for the second time in as many weeks. They scored 3 times in the fourth against Idaho Falls last week. Low snap. Crum's got to pick it up, and down he goes. Back at the 25-yard line. That's a Cash Stuckey on the sack.
Cash Stuckey on the sack.
And that's kind of been an issue for Twin Falls this evening. That snap's been low. They've had one go for a fumble. I mean, the snap's been it's been a little difficult. And I don't know if that's the turf and it's slick and he's not used to it or what, but it's been low.
Crum's got 5 carries tonight. -1, -13, -2, -6, -5.
And they're not designed runs.
No, they've all pretty much been sacks. So, or, busted plays. So 3rd down and 7 now for Twin Falls. Ball is back at the Pocatello 26. 10:05 to play. Crum going to throw a backside screen. It is caught but brought down immediately. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, the screen didn't really develop, but Crum was good off to get that away before he got rocked.
Yeah, that was Grant Patterson who made the grab, and I believe Crew Hales was there immediately for the tackle. That screen pass only goes for 2 yards.
So 4th and 5. I mean, Twin Falls is, at this point, has to go for it. I don't know what they do here, but maybe just try to go to the end zone off this play.
Yeah, and they haven't been able to run because they're down 20 with 9.5 to play. Crum going to take a deep shot to the end zone. It is broken up Pocatello gets the stop they need in the back of the end zone. On the coverage for the Thunder, Tyshawn Harrell.
And again, it was another low snap.
Pass broken up by Tyshawn Hall.
So they were trying to go to Tyshawn Harrell, Tyshawn Harrell was there in the coverage. Twin Falls was trying to go to Brandon Jones. They end up turning it over on downs, so Pocatello gets it back.
But you're right. I like the idea of going to the end zone. Might as well.
I mean, they just haven't really been able to get the run game going, and why not go try to catch Pocatello off guard, which has been difficult to say the least.
Well, they've run the ball well tonight. Twin Falls has. The problem is they've dug themselves.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, they've dug this hole for themselves, and they're pretty much one-dimensional from here on out. Down 20 with 9:20 to play. Pocatello gets it back, maybe trying to work the clock a little bit here. They will start with a handoff up the middle. Reich and Echo Hawk out across the 25 up to the 26-yard line, a gain of 3.
Pick up about 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Reich and Echo Hawk right now, probably the clubhouse leader for our IdahoSports.com player of the game. We'll have to hash it out in the post-game break, though.
Yeah, he's just been explosive, for those touchdown runs and just kind of making a lot out of nothing.
Right.
And that's a game changer for teams. When you have a player that can go and just do that, it's amazing.
8:40 to play. Echo Hawk bouncing to the outside and will be just shy of the first down marker. It'll be 3rd and short for the Thunder. Or no, they'll say he did get it. All right, on that far side, he did step out, but got enough for the first down, got 7.
The thing that is not digital are the actual markers.
Right. Yeah, digital
down
marker, which is pretty cool. And then the sticks, or whatever you call them.
Analog.
Yeah, they're right. They're analog. That's right. 8:30 to play. 27-7, Pocatello lead. Contreras throws, quick hitter to Wynn, caught for a gain of about 3, and Wynn brought down immediately on the play. Nice job by Twin Falls out there. I believe that was Carter Orr on the tackle.
Yeah, I think Wynn kind of thought about going outside, but then kind of smart went inside to keep that clock running.
Yeah, you want to keep the clock burning here. It's homecoming night for Pocatello, opening football game at Lookout Field, and so no better way to celebrate than with a win.
It's definitely something that will be remembered for a long time in the long history of Pocatello High School.
Long storied history of Pocatello, rich tradition. Beckles on the carry, gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down now for the Thunder, and for all the Thunder fans that want to relive it. After the game's over tonight, you got 2 options. You can rent it for $5. You basically get it for a couple days. Or you can download a digital copy of the game for $10, and then you have it forever. So that's definitely the way to go.
Absolutely.
It'll be 3rd down and 6 now for the Thunder here. You can own your own copy of this historic game for the Pocatello Thunder on IdahoSports.com for just $10. Pretty good deal. 3rd and 6. Contreras on the run, tipped and incomplete. Getting his hands on it was Carter Orr, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, Carter Orr is still upset about it. I mean, he had that one. And I mean, there's the Twin Falls secondary is just, they've been able to sniff out the ball very well tonight.
I mean, if you think about it, you look back and see, 27-7. But this defense has played pretty well. There's just been a couple of plays. I mean, that muff punt that Twin Falls had at the 20, that was kind of the big play.
Yep.
That allowed Pocatello to go up 27-7, or to go up 20-7 in that first half. Here's a punt from Pocatello. Will be down at the 31-yard line with 6:54 to play. Twin Falls down 20. Have to get to work here.
Yep, they're going to have to, they're not only against Pocatello, they're against the clock at this point.
The 12th man, the clock.
And like you said, Twin Falls kind of one-dimensional, and Pocatello's been able to just kind of hold their own, get some good pressure on the quarterback, and make sure everyone's covered. There hasn't been really an open Twin Falls receiver all night.
The pass rush has been pretty good for the Thunder tonight as well. It all goes hand in hand. 1st and 10 for the Bruins, and they have to be one-dimensional here. The thing they do best, pound the rock, they're not able to. Crum stepping up, flushed out, throws. That's caught by Brandon Jones, and Jones will take it up to the 46-yard line. A gain of 15 and a Bruins first down.
Brandon Jones kind of looks like a player from Twin Falls that if he got in the open, he's got some wheels.
Yes. Came into the game tonight on the season, Brandon Jones did, with 4 catches for 83 yards. So what is that? It's like 15 yards a catch, something like that.
Oh.
Crum, deep shot. Jones has it. Speaking of the deep threat, Brandon Jones. There it is, out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Sometimes I'm right.
That is a gain of 30 and a first down. Don't you love it when you say something and then the player, like on the very next play, makes you look smart?
Well, yeah, I just saw him accelerate really well in that last play, and there you go. He just did it right there.
Yeah, and I'll check my math. 4 catches for 83 yards coming in. That's about 20 yards per catch for Brandon Jones. I said 15. I've learned that if I say any number with enough conviction, people believe it. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the 25. Crum taking a shot to the end zone. It is broken up at the last moment. Trying to go deep to Carter Orr. And Orr, as he was trying to haul it in over his head, Cutter Stuckey was able to poke it out. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nice defensive play. He had it in his hands. He was able just to poke it right out, and that would have been a touchdown. So nice defense there.
Nice job by Cutter Stuckey with 6:16 to play, and Pocatello down 20. Or excuse me, Pocatello up 20, 27-7.
If you say it, someone will believe it.
Well, I didn't say that with enough conviction that time. It really only works with math because nobody likes doing math, so they never double-check to see what I did was correct.
We definitely agree there. No one likes doing math.
Nobody likes math. 2nd and 10. They will hand off this time. Another low snap. This is Kuhn on the carry. Amos Kuhn will take it out to the 21-yard line, and 3rd and 6 now for the Bruins. Meanwhile, the clock burning. 6 minutes to go. The Bruins down 20.
Yeah, and again, that low snap is just kind of handcuffing the Twin Falls right now.
Yeah, a couple of snaps have come back on the ground, and so with a defensive line at Pocatello that's already got its ears pinned back with a 20-point lead, anything like that just gives them extra ammo to work with. 3rd and 6, Crum on a rollout. Sets up, looking for somewhere to go, swings to the end zone. It's intercepted and then fumbled. We'll see what they call here. They're ultimately going to call it an incomplete pass. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. What a turn of events. I'm not quite sure what he could see there, but all I could see was red jerseys and kind of an ill-advised pass.
Well, and Pocatello coach Dave Spillett wants to come out and get an explanation about this as well. So there was a lot of things going on. First of all, Crum rolling out as a left-handed passer, rolling him out to the right side. He's got to throw across his body. I only know this because I'm left-handed, and so I know the mechanics. But it also looked like he was very close or beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
That's what I was going to say. Was he past the? Oh.
And now.
Crew Hales almost picked that off.
And then Crew Hales, Mr. Interception, almost came away with it. I don't know. I thought he had it, took a couple steps, and then got hit by a Twin Falls receiver. So they did call, I believe, Crum for being beyond the line because they moved it back 5 yards when he threw that pass. So it's 4th and 11 now for the Bruins. Crum spins it and sacked. Who comes up with the sack?
Number 45, Andrew Millward on the
That is Julian Caldwell for the Pocatello Thunder.
Nice job there to get in and turnover on downs, and that Pocatello offense is back on the field.
Sorry, Julian Caldwell.
So Caldwell with the sack. And he's a key guy for this Pocatello team this year. He's one of the guys coming back that saw playing time last year. He's a leader that they're counting on. And so nicely done there. Meanwhile, for Pocatello, back to work on offense, Tyson Beckles is in the ballgame. Beckles will get the handoff here on first down. It looks like, Reichen Echohawk is sitting there on the Pocatello bench, and it looks like they're giving him the concussion test.
Oh, yep.
They're doing one of the trainers for Pocatello is, turning the flashlight on, follow my finger, follow the flashlight. So Reichen Echohawk for the moment, and honestly, 4:55 to go.
Probably done
This
anyways.
night's probably over anyways. So it'll be Beckles in the backfield for Pocatello. As the Thunder are just trying to run it out, 4:40 to go. 2nd and 5 for the Thunder from their own 35.
Speaking of Portneuf, they help provide the trainers for all 3 schools, and just an outstanding staff of trainers.
Beckles on the carry again. Oh, he took his own guy out. He lowered the shoulder, but he put it into the back of his offensive lineman, Kyle Orr, the sophomore. And Orr went tumbling forward. Hey, it doesn't matter if you're friend or foe. If you're in Tyson Beckles' way, he's going to shove you out.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of walls left in front of him.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, you mentioned Portneuf Medical Center. They provide the trainers for all 3 Pocatello schools. They're a great facility, great sponsor here on Gate City Game Night. Our presenting sponsor is Lookout Credit Union. They're the ones who really pay for us to be able to do these games. And then we also have Valley Office Systems and Portneuf Medical that sponsor these Gate City Game Night broadcasts as well. Beckles on the carry again. We'll get 2. We're down to 3:40 to play. The Thunder are going to go to 2-1 on the year, ahead of the Black and Blue Bowl next week against Highland. Did we ever get a final score on that Highland Century game across town? Rivalry game?
2nd and 8. Thunder.
Let's see if he's earning his paycheck.
Yeah, Keller, former intern, operator.
It's Highland's 28-0, and it's still the 4th. So
all right.
Might be a similar time as we're at.
So Highland is going to go to 2-1. It'll be a battle of 2-1 teams next Friday night from Iron Horse Stadium here on IdahoSports.com. It's going to be a fantastic battle. Meanwhile, Twin Falls is also going to drop to 2-1, their first loss of the year. They will host Jerome in their Great Basin Conference opener next week. There's Beckles on 2nd and 8, taking it for a gain of 12 and a first down. And a timeout taken here by somebody.
And a late flag,
Penalty flag comes out. It's not a timeout. Let's see what the call is. With 2:53 to play and Pocatello up 27-7. Looks like it is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Pocatello. All right. That'll drive Coach Spillett crazy.
Yeah, they've had a couple of those tonight. The one brought Twin Falls, I believe, into scoring position in the first quarter. They had an unsportsmanlike penalty. So, yeah, those will not make you happy, but they're going to still probably come out of here with a win. So
a couple of those tonight. And again, Coach Spillett wanted an explanation. And so 1st and 10 for the Thunder. Well, yeah, they're still calling it 1st and 10 because Beckles did pick up the first down. But the ball moves back to their own 40-yard line. And the smoke is thick here in Pocatello. Oof. Beckles, handoff. Look at Tyson Beckles taking it for 15 yards, saying, okay, we got a 15-yard penalty. Let me just pick it back up on the ground.
Yeah, and at the end of the game, that's not the guy you want to have to be tackling.
Think about this. As Pocatello goes along this season, and they got to the semifinals last year, and they want to get there and beyond again this year. He's kind of like a closer in baseball, right?
Yeah.
Where you can bring him in at the end of the game when the defense is worn out, and he's a big bruising running back. I like that as a closer.
And, he got a few good runs in the first half, but he's got a lot of pep in his step right now.
Definitely. And Drake Contreras, we should mention, is also taking a seat on the Pocatello bench. So they've gone to the backup quarterback there as well. This is the new quarterback, Taven Williams, the freshman on the keeper. Taven Williams came in at the very end of the Rocky Mountain Rumble game against Utah, against Morgan, and a penalty flag comes in at the end of the play as well. And Hunter May, the sophomore, pops up and seems to be pretty happy. So this one could be going against Twin Falls, personal foul. It is, unsportsmanlike conduct on Twin Falls. So, come on, fellas. We got 1:39 to go.
Let's get everyone back on the bus safely. We got a long season.
Let's keep it under wraps. Week one, I was broadcasting at the Rumble. That was where I saw my first ejection of the year. It came from a Utah player from Stansbury. Tried to punch a Skyline player on the sideline. And he was the leading tackler for the Stansbury defense, and he got ejected. So.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anyone ejected from a football game. I've definitely seen it in basketball.
We don't do that in Idaho. We're not Utah. Just kidding. We love our friends to the south of us in Utah. 1st and 10. 1:20 to go. Beckles again just running into people and knocking them over.
They just knocked over that Twin Falls offensive lineman, and he was turned around with his back to and he just went.
He's like a bowling ball, and Twin Falls all in the white jerseys are like the pins, right?
Yeah, I feel like I can hear his pads hit all the way up here.
Yeah, it's like, this is what like John Madden would have loved, right? Boom!
Boom.
We're down to 45 seconds here. This should be the last play of the game for the Thunder. Taven Williams will line up and probably hand it off to Beckles, and Pocatello can start celebrating on homecoming night and the debut of Lookout Field as well. Keeper for Williams, trying to stay in bounds. He'll go down with 25 seconds to go, and that'll do it. The Pocatello Thunder will improve to 2-1 on the season with a 27-7 victory over the Twin Falls Bruins. And for the Bruins, they will drop to 2-1, their first loss of the season. And the celebration is on for the Pocatello Thunder on homecoming night and the first football game ever in the history of Lookout Field. What a night for the Thunder and their fans.
Yeah, you can just tell how much it meant to everyone, all the fans cheering, all the players are excited, and what a great start to a nice endeavor with Lookout Credit Union and this great facility.
And for Twin Falls, nothing to hang their heads about. They lose 27-7, but I thought for most of the game they played well. It was just a couple of plays here and there.
Yeah, their defense, you're going to look at the score and not think their defense played well, but I thought their defense played great. Some key interceptions, and just the offense just really couldn't get anything rolling. So, not anything to hang your hat up too much on there.
Two really good 4A teams, and maybe they'll meet down the line in the playoffs. We will wait and see. Coming up immediately, though, is the IdahoSports.com postgame show. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll wrap it up and hand out our IdahoSports.com player of the game. So stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com.
So, what do you like about Lookout Rewards Plus checking? Pays a high rate of interest on the money in our account. The identity theft.
When local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your number one choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Welcome into the IdahoSports.com post-game show. One final time, Brandon Baney with Sean Kane and Joel Richardson. There is, the Pocatello football team gathering at midfield, but you can see also at the bottom of your screen there, Moses is still out there playing football as well. A student dressed up like Moses tonight, and they did the parting of the Red Sea because, Sean, that student section was jam-packed full of red-shirted Pocatello fans this evening, and for a debut game at Lookout Field, what an atmosphere tonight.
Yeah, it was great, and those fans haven't left because I think once the coaches are done talking to the players, they'll probably come over here and sing a fight song or something too, which will be the first time ever on the new field.
Yeah, they did it all. They did homecoming tonight. It was the first game at Lookout Field, and we were glad to be here on IdahoSports.com, and it always helps when the home team wins. Pocatello defeats Twin Falls 27-7, but as we said, the Bruins have nothing to hang their heads about. They just ran into a good team tonight, and really 10 to 12 plays go their way. It's probably a different ball game, so for Twin Falls, they're going to be just fine. They are 2-1 on the season. They will host Jerome in their Great Basin Conference opener next week. Pocatello also 2-1 with the win. They'll make the long trip over to Iron Horse Stadium on the campus of Highland next week for the Black and Blue Bowl. Pocatello and Highland. That's a game that all three of us will be at for IdahoSports.com. So a little crosstown rivalry. It's going to be a good time. So let's go ahead and hand out our IdahoSports.com player of the game. And Sean, no surprises here. Even though he didn't really play in the fourth quarter, Pocatello running back Reichen Echohawk, he was the man tonight.
Yeah, he was. The word I'm going to go with was elusive. They could not bring him down. There's so many times you thought he was going to get tackled for a loss, and he was able to dance his way out, and that's why he's going to be the IdahoSports.com player of the game. He carried the ball 18 times, 164 yards, which was 9.1 yards per carry. It doesn't get much better than that. He had 2 touchdowns on those runs, and then if that wasn't enough, he had 2 grabs, 2 catches for 62 yards. So just an unreal performance, and he really only did it in 3 quarters. He didn't need 4 quarters for those stats. So nice job by Reichen Echohawk, and he's going to be our IdahoSports.com player of the game.
Yeah, nicely done for Reichen Echohawk, the junior running back, as Pocatello wins 27-7. Thank you for tuning into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union. And here at Lookout Field. Tonight's game has also been brought to you by Valley Office Systems and Portneuf Medical and our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Big thanks to Robert Parker, the athletic director here at Pokey High. He's one of the good ones, isn't he? Every time I see him, he's just got this big smile on his face, and he's a guy that just likes to have a good time.
Yeah, like I saw him last night, and he's like, "Oh, you got to come up, Sean. You got to come see what you guys are going to be doing." And so he gave me a preview of where we'd be tonight, and he's always just very thankful, and we're thankful for his cooperation and letting us come here and broadcast some games.
Definitely. So Robert Parker, the AD at Pocatello High, and the entire Pokey High staff, great hosts here at Lookout Field. We had a great time tonight. Congrats again, our IdahoSports.com player of the game, Ryken Echohawk, the junior running back, couple of rushing touchdowns, over 160 yards on the ground tonight, as well as Pocatello defeats Twin Falls 27-7. Big thanks to Joel Richardson tonight, running the camera for us. Did a great job. Sean, you were great as always as well. My name is Brandon Baney. Next week, Black and Blue Bowl, Highland hosting Pocatello. We'll bring it to you live on Gate City Game Night once again. But until then, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Good night from IdahoSports.com.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express